So this is a video for all the indie authors out there who do not have any idea that you have to legally deposit your book with the British Library. Now, I made a couple of videos a good while back. It was a two-part video, and a lot of people questioned the validity of that, saying, well, what law is it? Why do I need to kind of send a book off to the British Library? So this is an update as I meant to do back then. I actually emailed the British Library to see what the implications would be if someone didn't deposit their book with the British Library. Was there any fines involved? What was the comeback? How did they police that? So they sent me a link to this, which is the Legal Deposit Libraries Act 2003. And in it, it states this is for enforcement. So if you don't send them a book and they find out that you haven't sent it to them, then this is what the implications are. This section applies where a person, in this section, the publisher, so if you're self-publishing it, it's you, who is required by or under this act to deliver anything to an address specified by a deposit library or to a deposit library has failed to comply with that obligation. The library may, in accordance with rules of court, apply to the county court or in Scotland to the sheriff for any order requiring the publisher to comply with the obligation. If on an application under subsection 2 it appears that A, the publisher is unable to comply with the obligation, or B, for any other reason is not appropriate to make an order under that subsection, the court or sheriff may instead make an order requiring the publisher to pay the library an amount which is not more than the cost of making good the failure to comply. Now, it doesn't specify exactly what that means. Is it a fine, or is it the cost of you printing off your book and your postage and packaging and sending it to them? I don't, because that would be different for every book, so I don't know how that works entirely. So it's not clear there exactly what that is. Is it a fine, or is it just the cost of you buying and sending your book off to them? I don't know exactly what that means. This has actually been a legal requirement since 1662. So for a good few hundred years, this has been required in the UK. The legal requirement to deposit a book in the UK has been in place since 1662. This system, known as legal deposit, ensures that the nation's published output is systematically collected and preserved for future generations. The Act was updated in 2003 to include electronic publications and in 2013 to extend the right to collect, preserve and make accessible digital publications and websites created within the UK domain. And I queried the British Library, I emailed them and I asked, how do I physically send you my ebook and in what format? They said that they couldn't accept the KDB format. If you only publish through Amazon and no other platforms, they don't require it because they can't accept the KDB format. But if you publish elsewhere outside of Amazon, even if you publish with Amazon, if you publish elsewhere, then you're supposed to send them an e-version of your book. Now, you've also got to send them physical copies of your book. So if you are publishing in paperback and hardback, you've got to send them a copy of each because they've got different ISBN numbers. Apart from the British Library, there are other deposits that if they request a copy of your book, you are legally required to send it to them, but you don't have to volunteer sending the book to them. So you've got the I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, the Bodleian Library, which is in Oxford. You've got the Cambridge University Library, or the Library of Trinity College in Dublin, the National Library of Wales and the National Library of Scotland. So if they ask you for your book, you have to send the book off to them. And this is at your own expense. You have to buy the book yourself and send it off and pay for the postage and packaging yourself. So yes, for any indie publishers out there, you have to legally send off a copy of your book to the British Library to be deposited in that library. And failure to do so could incur some kind of cost.